What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've uploaded a video with gameplay in the background and stuff, but this video is gonna essentially just be about Pepsi and stuff. Pepsi Performance Racing League, and I would say Pepsi had a good running and stuff. I mean, there are some decisions that about it that I made that I obviously regret, and some that I don't really regret that much at all. And a lot of it just like obviously the main point I'm talking about is just me like abandoning the league, I guess you could say, and stuff out of the blue. And really when it was at its I guess you could say its peak, whether that's performance wise in terms of like how good the league was with ownership and drivers and all that stuff and just management and keeping up with everything and effort put into the league. I'd say the start we had to season 4 was definitely really strong, and that probably and it did lead to a lot of people to question that, why would I just abandon the league and stuff. And there was a lot of factors, I would say, but one of the main factors I would say would just kind of just be, in a way, I guess you could say, growing up, but not like in a way of growing up and also just motivation. Like I knew my league was doing good, and I'd like to think, obviously you got to be confident in yourself, but I'd like to think my league was better than most leagues in, I guess you could say, the community or group circle. I mean, like personally, the only league I've raced ever, like I haven't raced in every single league ever, obviously, but only league I've ever raced in that is better than mine, in my opinion, especially like the beginning of season 4 and hell, even in season 2 and stuff, is like Hennessy. Really good league. I don't know if it's still up because I haven't really kept up with a lot of NASCAR league stuff. While I've been kind of inactive from the community for a while, or the, I guess, group circle. But I mean, at least whenever I participated, a really good run league. A lot of drivers. Something I really tried to. I really thought was a big thing. The amount of drivers competing in the races and stuff. Really big thing for me. But it's just like when it back to the motivation point. It's just like there were so at the time of Pepsi's like me abandoning it. My bad. It's just like there was so much leagues. I mean, so much leagues. It's like every day someone's starting a league. Someone's like throwing their hat in the ring to see if they can really, like, I guess, rise in popularity and when it comes to creating a league and running a league and stuff like that. And like you know, I'd race in a lot of these leagues, and it wasn't that I was getting burnt out on racing, I'd say. I don't think that's what it was, because, like, no, not really. It wasn't really getting burnt out on racing, because I love racing and shit, man. I love racing online, and I just love everything about that. It, for me, was more of just, like, I won a league race one day. I don't know what it was. I don't really remember it like that. I just remember, though, like, it's like almost like winning didn't feel as good anymore. Whenever you win a league race, even if it's just a video game, no one's getting paid or anything, at least in the races I was doing and stuff, like, I would still get, fired up because there wasn't so much leagues. It almost felt like you winning was important in some way, like, but the thing is, I don't know why, but I could win a race, but there'd be a league race 30 minutes later, and, whether you win or lose, you kind of just feel like that win you got before was just, like, it doesn't really matter. Everyone already forgot about it. I mean, while the first 2 seasons I ran Pepsi before Chase took over for one season, season 3, it there wasn't really that much leagues. Not really that much at all that people paid attention to. Yeah, someone would start a little league here and there, but they'd probably end. It'd usually just end after like 2 weeks. And there was really only a few. And again, this is just in our community circle, really. There was only like, I guess, about 3 or 4 leagues. Honestly, probably like 2 or 3 that would consist. No, I'll say about 3 or 4, maybe even 5. But that's good. Like, that would have consistently a good amount of people racing, good amount of popularity, good management and all that, and stuff like that. And it was good because whenever you'd win, it'd feel like, hell yeah, man. At least that's how I'd feel and stuff, you know? It'd feel good. Like, really good and shit. That's one of the reasons why I loved league racing really when I first started it. You know, it just was the feeling of winning. Like, it was just something different, man. But then eventually, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just became like more leagues were starting. And it wasn't like these little ass leagues. It's like everybody, I'm telling you, dude, 12 people race this one league race. About an hour later, same 12 people race another one and another one. And I mean, there would be about 5 league races a day. There was even a Discord. I think it was Kai who created that. There may have been a Kai and someone else. I think it was just Kai who created it. My bad if I'm wrong on that. Created a Discord. It wasn't a league, I don't think. It was just literally showing people what leagues were at what time so people wouldn't have scheduling issues. And dude, it came to that point I was like, dude, like, wow. Like, we've really gotten to the point where there's so much leagues that there's, like, scheduling issues a lot. And I don't know, it just felt like it didn't feel good anymore, really. It just kind of felt And like that's why for me, one of the main reasons why I just wasn't really motivated anymore. It was just like winning a race didn't feel like how it used to be then. It was just one of those things that I just felt like was just, you know, not something to really prioritize anymore. And one thing I would change about, I don't regret abandoning Pepsi in a way. I do like, or not running the league anymore. But one thing I will say I do regret is me not having my admins finish the season, or me just saying, okay, I'm going to push it till the end of the season, then I'm going to just kind of just not do this anymore. And it's not like Pepsi will never come back, like, guarantee it. Like, I don't know. But it's just, a lot of it depends on the leagues going around now. And hold on, this clip's going to end, so I'm going to have to start another voiceover. Hold on. Alright, my bad, I'm back. But, like, you know, like, man, it's just like hard to explain in a way. That's my bad. But if I were to bring Pepsi back, I wouldn't bring it back in like a casual sort of way where I'm just like putting half work into it, I feel like, or like not taking the extra step at times to make the league at a high level. I would, because Pepsi is always, like, other from like the first half of season 1, I would say Pepsi's always been a league that, you know, I feel like has always gotten like around 10 people. Yeah, we'd have some races where he gets 7, lowest 6, you know, like low attendance races, but most of the time about 10 people, 10 to 12 people, and obviously there was times, especially in season 4, dude, we'd get like 16, 15, 14 to start the season, 13, 12, really good numbers and shit, and really good racing, really good admin team and shit. But for me to start it back up again, it would really depend a lot on just how much other people want me to start it again. I wouldn't just like start it up for my own benefit. One of the main things about Pepsi is at the beginning it was just for me to start my own league. Let me see how this shit goes. But then I realized Pepsi. One thing I noticed about my league that was kind of in a way, I guess, different from a lot of other leagues. It was like, I don't know. I'm not trying to make my league seem, outstanding or different, but like, I just feel like everyone could be themselves. Like there was other leagues where, yeah, but I just feel like Pepsi was one of those leagues where, like, we wouldn't really fuck around. We'd all lock in and be racing, but it'd be a good time to joke around about shit, talk about shit. It'd just be funny, dude. Like, I remember just plenty of times where we were just racing and just laughing about funny shit or making jokes and shit. And, like, and that's one of the things about Pepsi. A big reason for why I kept it up and running past for multiple seasons was like the fun it went to. Like I felt like people like genuinely had fun when they were racing my races. They liked me as an owner, and that's one of the main reasons why they loved it. And there has been, and that's one of the things I will regret. Maybe not finishing the season out and stuff, which if I were to bring Pepsi back, we would finish out the season from where it left off. With the last gen cars and others next gen cars in D5 now. That's what would happen if I were to bring it back. And even if a lot of people want me to bring it back, I'll still consider it. It won't be a guarantee. But definitely wouldn't mind, especially considering Pepsi was I felt like in a way sometimes to escape, just have fun and drive, laugh and shit, especially considering I try to tone down the drama, I feel like, as much as possible towards season 4. Now season 1 and shit, season 2, hell, but I felt like towards season 4, especially a lot of guys maturing because, at first Pepsi had a lot of younger kids and they're 11, 12s, and now they're getting up there 14, 15. Everybody's more mature now. That's one really good thing about it. But I didn't really expect this video to go on for this long, but I will say that I'm just want to thank all the people that's raced Pepsi, for as long as it's been running and shit, and I really appreciate it considering I didn't expect Pepsi to get near as big as it was. It wasn't huge, but it was, I'd say, a big league. Good attendance and everything, and it was definitely in its prime and rising above the ranks when I abandoned it. But abandoning it also had some positive things. I started growing up as a in a way, maturing, had 8th grade was a huge W and shit, and freshman year has been great and stuff. Been way more social and stuff, and, got some bitches and shit. That was just, wow, it was almost like the day I stopped league racing that the bitches started coming, and that was just such a weird-ass coincidence, but we're getting off topic. But I just want to thank everybody that's been racing Pepsi, and I hope y'all had fun when I was running it and stuff, and if y'all want to leave a comment down below about it, definitely wouldn't mind at all. I definitely want to see y'all's takes on it. But, peace.